COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted the very fabric of our daily lives. It has left many businesses and industries questioning their future. The luxury industry is no exception.
We know that today all the sectors across the world, be it automobiles or apparel, be it food or fashion, be it health or hospitality, cars, cruises, anything and everything has been hit by the pandemic. And of course, luxury industry is no exception, I would say. And it has really resulted that a lot of hit on the sales in case of luxury industry as well, because luxury is a discretionary spending. And of course, right now the aspirational buyers, they would want to play safe, because still the time we do not have vaccines, till the time we are not certain that what is next. So we want to play safe, and they would not want to splurge on luxury products.
A study by Bain Company estimates that the global luxury sale is likely to drop by 35% by the end of 2020, while some also believe that the luxury sales in India will take an even bigger hit and fall by 50%. Despite these worrisome analyses, the travel restrictions have presented the Indian luxury brands with the perfect window to outshine international brands and demonstrate to the Indian consumers that they aren't missing out on anything by shopping local.
This is a great opportunity for Indians, because nowadays, we all are talking about vocal for local. We all are talking about patriotism in terms of having that pride in buying something which is Indian. And of course, we all know that supply chains have been drastically disrupted due to the pandemic. And so I believe this is a really great opportunity for our Indian brands. And these are Indian labels, they have great potential.
India, vocal for local, make in India, and all of that stuff is good, right? Does India stand a chance to take on the world's brands? I don't think that is the case right now, at least for now, right? I'll tell you why. The first thing is that the tax structure of Indian companies or Indian government does not allow for innovation, just not. Second is that trending a hashtag is one way of doing it. The second thing is, how do you do it? Like, being very open about a hashtag or retweeting a hashtag or trending it, or vocal for local trending and all of that. That's a good thing. But how do you make it happen on the street, right? And those policies are missing. There are just no policies supporting the new entrepreneur in this space.
There seems to be no doubt that the luxury industry will bounce back, but the question is when and how, and which changes are here to stay. So let's take a dig at some of them.
What has happened with pandemic is that most of these companies figured out that they were selling through brick and mortar. They were not selling through online channels much. And when the brick and mortar stores were shut down around the world, the malls were shut down, the high street shops were shut down, they found themselves, in a soup where they were not really doing much business. We, on the other hand, we are purely online. Most of the online players in the world, or the brands that had a significant online presence, they have recovered 60-70% already. And they are recovering day by day. So anything that was purely offline will eventually find themselves in a problem. Anything that has a hybrid of the two will recover. Eventually, the brick and mortar will recover late, because it'll take time for people to actually go out and shop and come back to normal life.
So one of the most striking characteristics of a luxury consumer is that the buying decision is often based on emotions rather than rational decision making. The corona crisis has made consumers more mindful of their purchases and seek brands that reflect their values and beliefs.
We as consumers are not the same as we were, before the pandemic, or 6, 7, 8 months back. there has been a lot of shift. There has been a paradigm shift in the consumer behavior during these days. And one of the key shifts, which today consumers are more focused upon buying conscious products. So today's consumers, they are not just looking about the beautiful product, but also they are wanting to understand the beautiful story behind the product. So they want to know what goes inside the product, who has created it. So I believe if these brands want to survive in the future, it will be very important for them to come up with responsible brands, eco-friendly brands, which do not just think about the profit but also think about people and planet. So one simple example which has happened recently is Tiffany. They have announced to tell the entire craftsmanship journey to the customers, from where the diamonds are sourced, graded, sorted, cut, polished, everything, so that there is complete transparency, and as a consumer, about the supply chain, about the product authenticity, quality of the product, and all these things are becoming more and more important for today's new age luxury consumers.
Revenge buying phenomena is one of the factors which may get luxury brands on track. It has already taken China by the storm. The French brand Hermès at the Guangzhou flagship store witnessed the largest sales of about $2.7 million post-lockdown. Revenge buying may play out in India too and may indulge the consumers in revenge buying to uplift themselves during these uncertain times. In fact, experts also claim that post-pandemic consumption looks hopeful in sectors such as luxury accessories, beauty, wellness, and fitness.
Everybody today, they feel kind of agitated because for months we have been in the home. We have not been able to travel, or we have not been able to purchase. And also because many people, they cannot, right now there are a lot of restrictions on travel, and not just in India, but also overseas. So that particular amount of money is also being diverted to spending on acquisitions, buying these big brands. So that's why I believe we'll see more demand coming up in the coming few weeks.
With the fear of stepping out, online shopping has come to everyone's rescue. In fact, trend of online luxury buying has become the new normal among the luxury consumers. Therefore, the retailers that have often shied away from building a meaningful online presence are working on connecting with their consumers via the digital landscape. To aid this, a recent study by Forrester too indicates that the Indian luxury e-commerce market is expected to grow at a 5-year CAGR of 25.8% to reach the $85 billion industry by 2023.
So during the pandemic, we have seen that, people, it has become the way of our lives to buy things online, because we have that fear of getting infected by the virus. And so therefore, these brands, which otherwise used to think that online is not meant for luxury, because luxury is more about touch and feel experience. But today, all these brands have realized that, to survive and thrive, it is very important to be present everywhere where the consumers are. So they have to have digital presence, they have to have their own websites, or they have to be present on social media, so that they can tell their stories to the people. And let me tell you, it is not the products that sell, it is actually the stories that sell.
With people working from home for months now, to break the monotony, they will want to invest in their homes more than ever. People are looking to add more zoning in their homes, such as office spaces, gyms, leisure corners, to get the outside in, and are now willing to pay a premium to get it done. So the shift in the consumer behavior may act as the brick to build the broken wall again.
It is very, very important for the brands to not just have personalization, but hyper-personalization, I believe, particularly when we talk in context of luxury sector. So how would then they do the hyper-personalization? So therefore, within the physical stores, we need that amount of technology, and in the web stores, we need to have that multi-sensory experience that we get in physical stores need to be replicated in the web store so that a luxury consumer feel pampered, feel that great experience the moment they step into the web store. They are just enticed as they are enticed in the physical stores.
While COVID-19 has undeniably had a sizable negative effect on the luxury industry, it has also encouraged emerging trends to evolve quicker. With the fashion runways going digital this year, augmented reality filters, 3D exhibitions, virtual reality showrooms, online shopping for luxury goods will take over the space. Besides digital, luxury brands are going to be a lot more consumer-centric. Personalization and advanced tech will play a major role here.
Where there is a challenge will lie an opportunity. And I have seen that happen in quite a few cities of the world. India should actually follow suit at some point, where you basically take the touch and feel to the customer, right? So mobile shopping experience. I'm not talking about the mobile as in your cell phone. I'm talking about setting up a mobile van. If the people will not come to you, take the product to them, right? That is the first piece, because at the end of the day, touch and feel will actually sell the product faster. We already know that, right? The second thing is that augmented reality and virtual reality. They must invest in the hybrid touch point between physical and virtual space, where you can actually feel the product in its entirety without having to leave your home, right? That is the second point. And the third point is that if the luxury companies should be able to, or they should be ready to make their presence felt, even in a small form factor format, right? Even in a shopping shop format, or even in an exclusive brand outlet, but a smaller exclusive brand outlet format, they should be ready to produce that particular experience to the end consumer sitting in the tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 cities.
Despite 2020 labelled as the worst year in the history of modern luxury, experts argue the luxury world will rebound just like it did in the past too. The emerging trends reflect an enduring optimism about the industry's resilience. The key is to drive back into business and adapt.